Alright, hi Sophia. We're going to go ahead start with your video lesson here. Won't be as long of one this week. Just to recap the items that you're going to be going over for and practicing. Number one, I want you to spend 5 minutes doing a warm-up. Whatever you really want to do. If you want to just make up something, whatever you want. You can do it down here. Whatever you really want to do. I even kind of like that one that you came up with that you showed me where it was very similar to Farage Aqua. That one was really cool. So if you want to even do that, that's perfectly fine. Then make sure you're doing 10 minutes of playing Red River Valley. I'm not going to go into that in the video because you kind of had it just from practicing it for a few minutes here when you were for the lesson. You got it pretty quick. So I don't want to go too much time into that. I do want to go kind of reviewing just the chords. I think you were doing pretty well on that, but just remember, we're playing in 3/4 time, and our BPM goal for you to get to is 80 beats per minute. And you don't need to do any fancy strumming patterns. We're just going to do holding each note, or I'm sorry, each chord for 3 beats. So for example, just to remember, so as a reminder for the chords, we have E minor, and that we strum all the strings. Then from there, we're going to play G major. That's where we move these two. I'm sorry, from E minor, we just move these right here to G. Again, strumming all 6. And this is the one I think is going to be the tough change because you have to move all your fingers now to go to C. And that we only do these top 5 strings. So those are the 3 chords, and I'm going to kind of go a little slow on here just so you can even kind of practice along with the video. So let's go ahead and start. I'll just kind of run through it a couple times. 1, 2, 3. G, 2, 3. G, 2, 3. C, 2, 3. C, 2, 3. And remember, we're going to do that C chord twice. We play that one twice. So I'll do it again. I'm going to go even a little slower on here. 1, 2, 3. E minor, 2, 3. G, 2, 3. C, 2, 3. C, 2, 3. E minor, 2, 3. G, 2, 3. C, 2, 3. C, 2, 3. So just practice really slow. If you need to go slower than that, that's fine. I'd recommend starting it at 50 beats per minute, just like we've been doing when we practice here. And as you feel more comfortable making those chord changes, speed it up little by little. Now, as I mentioned, the tough chord change, I think, because E minor to C, I'm sorry, E minor to G, we have that finger here we can still keep on B. So the part that's tough is G to C because we had to switch everything. So maybe even take some time just practicing G, C. Just go back and forth between those two. G, don't need a metronome or anything. C, G. So one other tip, I know I mentioned it when we were having our practice session yesterday, was using your 3rd finger, this part of your 3rd finger here, I'm sorry, to mute the 6th string when you play a C. So I want to kind of show you that a little bit. You can kind of do this when you're practicing a C chord, just so you can get used to it. It's tough because your fingers are still really small, but as your fingers grow, you'll be able to do this easier and easier, and also with practice. So when you're playing a C chord, just kind of try to do this. If it's giving you a lot of trouble, just keep it in the back of your mind. It's just an extra tip for you to do to make chords easier. I do it often because when we're strumming, it's easy, especially when you're going to be going fast like that, which we will be doing soon. When you play a C, that you're going to end up hitting this, and you don't want it to sound like. See, that doesn't sound good. So what I do, I'm kind of get up close. When I play a C, for example, I don't know if you could really see. I'll kind of move up my other fingers. But right here, I'm muting the bottom of that 6th string with my 3rd finger. So when I play C, let's say I accidentally hit that bottom string, you don't really notice. Just to show you, I'm going to back up a little. You see how you don't really hear it. Now when I don't mute it, you kind of hear that? You hear that, but muting it now. So when I'm playing a C, I still try to only hit these top 5 strings. I'm doing this just in case I accidentally hit this, I don't have that wrong note ringing out. So all I'm doing is, when I'm spidering my fingers, I nudge this one up just a little bit. Just a little bit. See, here's when it's completely spidered, where I'm not doing any kind of muting. If I maybe just nudge it just a smidge, now my finger is hitting the bottom of that 6th string, so it's muting it. So I'm still only playing these top 5, but in case this is just in case by accident I hit that, I don't have to worry about it making a sound. So maybe if you're just playing a C, and I want you to take time, just play a C on your own, just strum it, whatever rhythm you want. You could even make that your warm-up. Just play the music. That's really half the battle, just playing the music. I want you to do the stuff that we have to practice so we get better. But if in your spare time, just play it. It's fun. But that's just my tip for that with the C, because I know sometimes you were having trouble because you play 6 strings on E, you play 6 strings on the G, but the C, it's only these top 5, so it's be kind of hard to kind of switch your mentality for that. So you don't have to worry about it. Just make sure. Oh, you could always mute that. If that's giving you trouble kind of worrying about muting that, don't get too concerned about that. It'll come easier as we keep practicing. So if you're having frustrations with it, don't put too much thought or time into it necessarily. We can work on that as we go with our lessons. But that's just a good tip, a little hint, or something that we do, that I do, I should say, for those, to avoid that low E ringing out for that C note, which we don't want. So really, those are the only things I want you to focus on this week. You've been doing a really good job with your chords. I'm really impressed with how good you're getting from going from E minor to G. You've been doing a really good job with that. And if we can especially nail down, and I think you did a really good job with this also, going from G to C, there are tons of songs. It doesn't matter if it's Taylor Swift, Katy Perry, Selena Gomez, that progression. G and C is in there. I can guarantee it. They all use it. It doesn't matter what type of music it is. They're using G, C. Very common progression, and we're going to look at more songs, and you're going to see it for yourself. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and cut the video off in a little bit there, but good luck at school this week. I know you're starting, so hopefully you get some time to practice. And if you have questions or anything, let your mom or dad know. They can always reach out to me, and I'll get back to you with a response as soon as I can. And that's it. You've been doing a great job. Keep up the good work, and I'll see you on Sunday.